Hello, and welcome back to Connected Geek with Larry Miller. In this series, we're talking about Windows Explorer or File Explorer. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create a document, copy it, paste it, delete it, put it into a folder, and view some attributes about the file that you normally don't see. So once again, open up File Explorer or Windows Explorer. To do that, again, you'd click on the Start button, type in Explorer, click on File Explorer, and once again you'll see your basic information up at the top, your home, your share, your view, your shortcuts to what you use mostly, your desktops, your downloads, documents, pictures, and any other folder you'd like to pin to this quick access. Once again, you can just right click on any one of these and it'll give you an unpin or pin on any folder in the computer. So today we're going to talk about how to create a document. We're just going to use a text document that will help us easily work through the series that we're talking about today. So there's multiple ways to create a document, there's multiple ways to delete a document, but today we're just going to talk about the right-click method. The right-click method is going to do you inside the white space inside of your File Explorer, Window Explorer. You right-click and you can get this options of viewing, sorting, grouping. If you wanted to rename something, you can unrename it. But what we're looking at is the new, and the new will tell you you can create a new folder. Shortcut. A shortcut is basically a link that's put on your computer to open up something else on the computer. Today we're going to work on a text document, which is a basic, very, very basic word processor. So we're going to click New Text Document, left click New Text Document, and what it does by default, it gives you an option to change the name to whatever you want it to be. So we're going to call this a test text document. So you can name it whatever you like, but we're just going to do it for this name for the moment. So I'm going to press enter after I type in the name. Once again, when you open up the document, it's going to give you this option where it says it's highlighted in blue, and you just type on the keyboard and it'll just automatically name it whatever you want, and then press enter. Now keep in mind you can actually highlight the document like I'm doing now, and on the keyboard you can press F2, and you notice it changed it to blue again, and you can move your mouse, you can move your icon with your arrow keys back and forth. You can type. What it did before was I pressed escape to make that go by, press F2 again, you notice it highlighted again. This gives you the option to do, I want to make it a number space 2 instead. I also can click up here on our top where you click rename, and it does the exact same thing. You can, when the document is highlighted, you can move it, you can copy it, you can delete it, you can look at the properties, and you can copy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on here and open it up and say Hello World 2, and then I click File and I click Save, and then I can do File and Exit. You also can do the X up here on the top right. So now, as you can see, if you double click on it again, the Hello World 2 is up here on the top. I'm going to close it again. Now we're going to use this function up here that says copy. Control C. You see where it says Control C? You can copy at least 2 different ways. Up here in the menu, click copy. Now you notice the paste highlighted when we press copy. So if we press paste right now, as you can see what will happen, and now it made a copy of our text document. If you double click on it, is an exact duplicate of the document. If you want to go and say, okay, well, I want to make this the letter number 3, I go File, Save, File, Exit, and now if you double click on that, Hello World 3. Well, now we don't want it to say test document 2, we want it to say 3, so we want to click rename. We move our keys on our keypad, on our keyboard, press the backspace, type in a number 3, and then press enter on the keyboard. So now we have test text document number 3. It matches our information inside of the document. Close that out again. Now, let's say we're all done with test document 2 because we've completed that document, we printed it out possibly, or whatever we have done. We no longer need it. Well, let's just choose delete. So you can either do just the red X here, just delete it. You can put it into the recycle bin. Well, for this purposes today, we're just going to choose the delete. Now it's gone. Now, where did it go? Well, it went into a recycle bin. If you see over here on this is recycle bin, double click on it. There's our test document. Now, as you can see up at the top here, we have other options other than the home, share, and view. We now have empty recycle bin properties. We can restore it. So let's click restore. Are you sure you want to restore? We say yes. We close this window, and now our test document 2 has come back. Well, we don't want it anymore, so we're going to choose delete. Now we have deleted it, we no longer have that, but it's still in the recycle bin. But you can right click on the recycle bin, or you can double click on the recycle bin and do empty recycle bin or restore. So we're going to just choose empty recycle bin, and now our document is gone. Let's close this window. Now we can take this document, we can actually go file and print it. We can save it as something else. Let's say we wanted to save it as test document 4. So what I'm doing here is very similar to what we did in copying it, but now we're inside of the heart of the document. Now we can do more. So notice I can say hello world 4. So file, save, and file, exit. Now we have our document number 4. Now we have, you notice when we have this highlighted, we can do move, copy, rename, whatever. But let's say we wanted to take these 2 documents and put them in their own file folder, just like you do in your file just drawer. Click new folder. Now notice what it did this way. It did the same thing as it did when you created a new document. It says call it new folder. Well, we're going to call it, this is the test text folder. Now, there's multiple ways to take these 2 documents and put them into here. We can highlight the full thing and say copy, double click, go into the test text folder, and we can paste. So what that does, it takes the full document and goes back to it. So how do we get back? How do we get back? So I can always click this up arrow, the back arrow, or the desktop. Multiple ways to get back to the level that we were just at. So I'm going to click desktop. Notice that when we do that, it just copied it, but it didn't delete it. There's another option we can do, and that's called move. So if you click this one time and you notice it says move, we're going to move this to another location, which is on our desktop. So we have to find our desktop in this list. So scroll. Oh, there it is. And there's our test document. And now we're going to move. Now what happened is, since we copied it in there, that we're getting this option here to say, do you want to overwrite it, basically. So we choose replace this file. So now what it did, it took test document 3 and it moved it to test document folder. Now, as you can see, our document is there, still hello world 3, and we're all set. Now let's go back to test document 4. So we don't need this document anymore, and we don't want to put it in here anymore. So we can either delete it, or we can move it so we don't need it in this spot anymore. Well, the nice thing about Windows is you can click your mouse on this document, and you can do multiple things. You can drag it into the recycle bin, or you can drag it into the test folder, like I'm going to do here. So you notice it says move to test folder. So I'm going to move it. So there's multiple ways to do the same function. We're just showing you both ways, multiple ways. So now you can see the test document 4 is in here. So that's the basic overview of how to create a document and move it around within Windows Explorer or File Explorer. What we're going to do now is we're going to take here and right click on it. Now we get this option way down here at the bottom. It says delete. You can do the same thing in these things. You can copy, paste, delete. You can add it to the quick access, all types of options. We'll get into more of these at a later time. Right now I'm just going to delete it because we are done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe this video and leave us a comment if you like it. Thank you and have a great day.